Hi, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Today I will show you how to use the ideal rig. Download link from the website in the description of the video. Okay. Open the rig on Blender. I am using Blender 2.76 because this version works with The Sims 4 Studio. Or 2.70 works as well. This is a requested, really short tutorial. I have a more extended tutorial on how to animate the rigs. You can check that video in my Patreon page. I won't go into details because if you are watching this video you must have basic knowledge of how to use Blender. Open the rig and try to follow everything I'll be doing. Here what I am pointing out to you is the rig controls in this rig. Particularly the controls are made in two sections, the rig control and the rig. I'm not very familiar with how to create a rig for characters, sorry. On the timeline we are going to create a short animation. Just for demonstration. Our sim will come out of the T-pose into a resting pose and then a laughing pose. So you will see how the controls work and then we'll properly save the animation file the way it works in Sims 4. So do as I will. We extend the timeline to about 100 frames. So, you can do the animation you want, but I advise you to do what I'm doing. I want my animation to be in the loop, so I will leave the first frame exactly as my sim is in T-pose and I will move 15 frames forward. This would be like saying in 15 steps I will reach position 2, which would be where the sim would go into resting pose. I hope this makes sense. Make the first pose by putting the arms down to put the sim in a relaxed pose. A quick tip: if you press this red button and click the drop-down menu and select Lock Rod, the keyframes will be saved automatically. Keep doing the pose. Let's do some facial animations. Nothing too crazy. Between frame 15 and 30. You can go to the middle between those two frames and fix the pose so that when the arm goes up, it does not interfere with the body, nor with the other arm. For example, the hand would cross inside of the body if you let it go from 15 to 30 without fixing them in between. Let's short the timeline to 45 frames. Like I said, this is a short animation. Therefore, we don't need the 100 frames. If you've been looking, you'll notice I started at frame 1. Jump to frame 15, create my first pose. Then jump to frame 30, create the second pose. Since I am making a space of 15 frames per pose, and then in frame 45 I copied the first pose, which is frame 1, and pasted in frame 45, making the animation loop. To save the animation, click where it says Control Rig, and with this selected, at frame 1, press S. Jump to the next frame, with Control Rig selected, and press S. You will do this with all the keyframes you have created. Once you've done this with all frames, with Control Rig selected, you do the same but with rig only selected. Make sure the entire rig is selected, making all the controls blue, and the rig, that would be the joins.